Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I want to give you a proper full update on how Bruno and Matteo are doing since having to separate them. As most of you know, they were really bonded well for the first 2 months or so of having Matteo. Might have been less than that. I didn't actually count how long they were together for. I know I had waited about 2 weeks before bonding them, and then I postponed it a little longer, and then when I finally did, they got along so well. And I don't know what happened for their bond to break. It's not like the girls are anywhere here. They are upstairs. They are obviously down here behind me. But for whatever reason, their bond they split. Matteo just decided he did not like Bruno anymore. And since having to split them up, Bruno, oftentimes you will find him at the edge over here, biting the bars, trying to get Matteo's attention. I don't know if it's like an aggressive attention or just a I really miss my buddy kind of attention, but he is still doing very well. He is thriving. Now, granted, because their cage space is smaller than having the full length, he's not moving around as much, partially because he does not have another mate to be chasing around, as most guinea pigs do. Matteo is absolutely doing fantastic. Oftentimes, multiple times a day, you will find him doing zoomies around the cage. The only time Matteo ever tends to do any bar biting is when I'm cleaning the cage, like when I do a deep clean, or actually any kind of cleaning, spot cleans as well. He will come right up to the back corner where Bruno's water bottle is, and he'll stay by that corner and he'll be bar biting, like, let me out of here, let me out of here. But other than that, he's doing really well. He's still eating all his food. Bruno's eating all his food. If you look carefully, you can see them both munching down on their hay. I do have a stuffed guinea pig that I occasionally rotate out, so right now Matteo's got it in his cage. This way, if he wants to hump a stuffed guinea pig, he can do that, but he really does not do it that often. I mostly do that as kind of like a scent swapping. I've heard some people tell me their experience when they had guinea pigs that fight. Sometimes they would let the guinea pigs live side by side for a longer period of time. They would try scent swapping and so forth. So I figure I'll try the scent swapping when it comes to like the stuffed guinea pig thing. But I don't know if I do plan on trying to rebond them in the future. In general, the general theory is that once blood is drawn, the bond is broken. Now, because Bruno had gotten injured, he had gotten injured on the corner of his mouth, as well as a scratch right above his lip and a little right below the nose. That would be constituted as blood being drawn. So yes, it could have been a lot worse, and I'm grateful that it wasn't. But I don't think that I will be looking for new cage mates for them. Mostly because of the fact that they're thriving. They're still doing really well. As you can see, Matteo's popcorning and zooming right now. So he's a perfectly very happy boy. Bruno, for an almost 5-year-old boy, is doing very well. And I actually find that since having to separate them, my connection with each of them individually has gotten even stronger. Now, I've only had Matteo since May, and we're in September, so May, June, July, August, September, so it's only 4 months. So we are still working on taming him and getting that bond built up even further. Bruno I've had for almost 3 years now, so we have a stronger connection, but I am working at that with Matteo as well as all my other girls upstairs. But I figured, I know I've talked a little bit about this in lives before and things like that, and I know I mentioned that I had to separate the boys, but I never actually gave you a full-on update on how they are thriving and doing well. So this is your visual that they're perfectly content, they're happy, they're healthy, and that's what matters to me. Now, I do believe that Matteo probably has that perfect soul piggy for him out there somewhere. But I'm not in a rush to just go and bring in more guinea pigs just to potentially have a situation where I'd have to have separate cage, separate cage, separate cage, separate cage. It wouldn't be fair to the guinea pigs, nor would it be fair on my finances or the current guinea pigs that I have all around, you know, like the females and these boys. So for now, this is a situation that's gonna remain where they live side by side and they can interact through the bars but still be protected, where I know that they won't be able to injure each other. Yes, my love, I'm talking about you. So as you can see, they still interact with each other through the bars. They like to touch noses, and is he gonna? He's gonna start biting the bars soon, isn't he? Probably. But yeah, they're perfectly fine as is. I know it's a bit of a controversial topic because some people believe that guinea pigs should never live alone, but in this case they're not really living alone because they have each other side by side. Now, I do believe that there are exceptions to the rule, or it's not even a rule. It's a general statement, if you will. I do believe there are general, sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. I do believe that there are exceptions to this general statement. There may be some guinea pigs who absolutely do not get along with anybody, not even side by side. The sight or smell of another guinea pig may really stress them out, irritate them, cause them to bite the bar, escape the cage, injure their owner. All kinds of bizarre behaviors may come about. There will always be that exception to the guideline on this. But in this situation, I believe they are doing well. It's up to each individual piggy parent to observe how their pet guinea pig is doing. When it comes to male guinea pigs, they can live together their entire lives. They can be raised from babies up until they're like 3, 4 years old, sometimes even 5. And then all of a sudden, they wake up one day and decide they hate each other, can't stand each other, and they go into a furry tornado. Thankfully, they did not get into a guinea pig tornado, but it did come close. So it just worked out perfect timing when I picked Bruno up to do his board pocket cleaning that I happened to notice his injury. And then so I did what I had to do. I cleaned his pocket, and then I put Bruno in the pop-up playpen. I put Matteo in the carrier that I have, which I have in my closet that way. And then I dismantled the cages. I cleaned and sanitized everything. And then I set it up back to the original setting, which is this right here. So if you happen to be someone who has, you know, a pair of guinea pigs that happen to get in a fight and you had to separate them, or even if it happens to be a trio or a herd, a larger herd, it's okay if you have to have one guinea pig separated with, you know, a set of bars in between. If it will protect the guinea pigs from harming each other, then that's what you have to do for them. And as to whether you decide you want to find another guinea pig that can be a cage mate, that is completely up to you. Nobody can tell you the right or wrong answer on what you feel is best for your situation at hand. So there you go. You're seeing Matteo having the zoomies, and it's so cute. Makes me feel so good when I see him having zoomies and popcorn. You don't see it too much with Bruno because, again, he is a senior piggy, but he's definitely not depressed or miserable because he does have another piggy that he can have contact with. And even talking from experience, before I had adopted Matteo, when Bruno was a single piggy by himself for a full entire year, he lived in the girls' room with his cage on the floor underneath the tables. So he was still able and always able to have a sound interaction with the girls. He was able to smell them from afar. He was able to hear them and converse with them in their guinea pig language. Chatting, weeking, that kind of stuff. And after his previous cage mate, Andre, had passed away, they had almost gotten into a fight. I had to separate them just the way these two are. And then after Andre passed away, I had wanted to get a male guinea pig, but I only wanted one. Because it is very rare to find, you know, a trio or a herd of males that will get along. It's not impossible, but it's rare. So at that point, I had decided, you know what, he can still live in the girls' room, he can still have that distant interaction, and he was thriving perfectly okay, but I always kind of wanted to just find a single male that I can try to not bond, but introduce him to, where they can potentially be cage mates. And I know that guinea pigs can thrive even more when they have a friend living with them, because most guinea pigs tend to look at each other for comfort. But it's unfortunate their bond did not keep. And I actually had someone ask me, so what are you going to do now? Are you going to return Matteo? No. No. I am not returning him. Just because he did not connect well permanently with Bruno does not mean that he deserves to go back to the previous home. The previous home did not want him for whatever the reason, and that's part of the reason why I took him in. Knowing that he was a single guinea pig, a single male guinea pig, gave me better hope. So, he's here to stay. Matteo's here to stay as part of my sanctuary. And the reason I call myself a sanctuary is because out of the umpteenth amount of guinea pigs that I have taken in over the last several years, I've only ever adopted one out. And that's a whole other story that I have talked about previously, but I can do another video talking about it if anybody wants me to. But yeah, that's our update with Bruno and Matteo. I hope some of the information that I've talked about has helped you with your situation if you're in that situation. And if you're not, hopefully it can help you one day. Anything that I've discussed about living side by side with one another, that information pertains to either females or males. They can thrive living side by side. Alright everyone, thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you all again in the next video. Take care, have fun, enjoy your week or weekend, and yeah, catch you on the flip side. Don't forget to subscribe, click the thumbs up, comment down below, and click on that bell. If you want to see future content and not miss anything, click that bell.